This is part 2 on how to search the National Archive catalog records. These two records I'll be referring to a few times in the video. I just put them here so that if you wanted to come back and find them and see what it stated, they're here at the beginning of the video. Right. I have been learning about this National Archives catalog. I am really excited about what's in there. It is a challenge to figure out how to search and how to find things, but I want to show you a few things. This has kind of been one of my harder videos to put together, so I'm hoping that I can do it justice. I have a lot to learn about it. I feel like I'm just a beginner. Anyways, I just want to show you some of the things that I have found. I'm going to take one of my relatives. Actually, I'm related to his son, John Glenn, but John Glenn's father, Nathan Glenn, is who I'm searching for. So if I type in Nathan Glenn, now, the first thing is they've got this little button here and this advanced search. I really don't know how to use this advanced search very much. I will try to show you one thing on it. Hopefully I remember. But it's this button that you want to click right now, not the advanced. The advanced is definitely advanced. So if we click this, we see over here, I'm on page 1 of 1,814 results. What it's doing is it's searching for every document that has Nathan and every document that has Glenn in it. That's a lot. So we need to refine the search. And what I have found is if you put quotation marks around the person, the first name and last name, and then search. Now I have one page. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 results. Okay? Much easier to look through 20. Now let me bring this over. This is who I'm looking for. I have actually found a record. I'm not sure it's him, but I have this Glenn Nathan, state of Virginia, and I'm trying to find more information about him, whether he served in the war or not. So I'll show you that again in a minute. So the time frame is the Revolutionary War is what I'm looking for. Actually, I've got him right here in Family Search. He was born 1750 to 1825. So generally men born about this time frame did do something in the military in the Revolutionary War, and so I'm trying to find that out. Okay, so looking at this, Des Moines, Iowa, 1987. So right there tells me that's probably not him. Now, because I found that other record, I want to show you can use these Boolean characters. You can do a plus, and I'm going to put it in quotations, plus Virginia. Oops, Virginia. Okay? So I want things that say Nathan Glenn and have to deal with Virginia, because I know he was from Virginia and lived there his whole life. So I'm going to search again. Okay, this time I have one page. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 results. So that refined it even more. Okay, now they have over here a few things that can help you. There's 11 textual records, archival descriptions. There's 11 level of description units, 10. This is the one, so if I put by date, if I say there's 2 in here, it makes it down to 2. I get two results, and I didn't get the result of this one. Now notice this one says Glenn Nathan. Okay. But I want to show you a few things. Okay, here's, obviously I don't have a pension record. So there's one thing to look at with these. There's these record groups, and anything to do with the Revolutionary War pension, I think, goes into this record group 15. So I could search record group 15. And I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm not even sure I can do that. I have to learn it, but I think that's with the advanced group. I can search for record group 15. Records are the Department of Veterans Affairs. But this is case files of pension. So this is the record group and this is the series. Okay, I want to look at this Joseph Coleman because it comes up with him. So I'm going to click on this. And down here I have no names, but this says fold 3. Okay, I'm going to go to the next. Now if you see here, I have a bunch of names down here. And here's a Nathan. And you have to kind of cover over the end here, and then it comes up with the full thing. And you look, and there's actually, I can't move my cursor. Oh, let's see if I can get it to come up again. Come on. There it goes. Okay. If you go down, you see that there's a Nathan Coleman. That's not my Nathan Glenn, so he's not on this page. So I look here again. Nathan Coleman, Joseph Coleman, Sarah Coleman, John Bowles, Joseph Coleman, and there it is. Here's Nathan Glenn. He is somewhere in this document. Now I want to show you here, right up here, transcription is available. So if I click on that, somebody has gone through and typed this up. And see if I can find my Nathan Glenn. It was near the end. I actually didn't look. There it is, right there. He's talking about, I believe it's his siblings, if I read through this whole thing. Lived in, let's see, when last heard from, lived in state of Georgia. Okay, then Permelia intermarried with Nathan Glenn and resides in the Union District of South Carolina. Okay, and I'm going to do a video showing you how you can do this, but right now you can just use that. You can either, close out of this. Now I know that's not my Nathan Glenn because my Nathan Glenn doesn't live in South Carolina, but you can also actually look at the actual record, and that's what I did. I hadn't looked at the transcription. Right here, Nathan Glenn. So I find out that's not my Nathan Glenn. Okay, let me go back here. Let me just click back. Well, I want to go down here. On this Revolutionary War pension, it tells you what this is and a file number for Joseph Coleman of Virginia. If you find somebody that you are related to, and it's this, the whole document is about them, you want to save this number right here, this National Archives ID number, because it's much easier to find again if you have that number. And I will show you that a little later on. I hope I remember. I'm just trying to do this by memory. I probably should have written notes down. Okay, let's go back. I didn't check this one to see if this is my Revolutionary War. I don't know. Let's see how many pages are in it. 59. Yeah, I don't think I want to go through all this. It may be on the 48th page, looking through all of this. So I'm not going to go through that. I didn't look at that one. So I want to go up here, and I'm going to type in Glenn Nathan. I have it here, and I'm going to go ahead and search. I put it with Virginia, and I get one page. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 results. Okay, not too bad. And many of these I can tell. This one, and this one, I'll need to look at. Now, Confederate soldier, he wasn't alive at that point in time, so that's not him. Infantry, okay, that's probably not him because this is record group 109, which is Confederacy, Civil War. But this one's record group 15, so that one I might want to look at. Actually, this is that Joseph Coleman that we just looked at, and we probably don't need to check that one. Confederate soldiers. Here's a Revolutionary War one, so I may want to check that one. This is in Alabama, a different record group. I probably don't need to look at that one. 1940 census or 1950 census, don't need that. Gulf Coast oil. Don't know what that's about. What I did learn is how many, as I've been looking at different records, there are so many different types of records. So if I had somebody that had something to do with Gulf Coast oil, I thought, how would I find that? How would I know that it's group 21? So this is what I still need to figure out. Okay, these are different archives. Supreme Court case. Oh, 1790. Okay, so that might be something I might be interested in. Here's another one, 1790. Okay, and this one, New Mexico, so I don't need that one. So let's go up here and we'll look at this one. Okay. Okay, no transcription on this, but I can read that. Let me make it a little bigger. Nathan Glenn, 5th Regiment, Virginia Militia, War of 1812. Okay, that's possible. He lived till 1825. But that's it. That's all I have here. So now if I want to keep that, remember that's the ID number of this record. So if I want to come back to this, if I have that record, I can find it. But I'm going to go back. Let's see what we find here. I haven't looked at all of this. Okay. There's only 2 pages on this one. He's the lieutenant. Okay, page 2. Okay, I don't find out a whole lot here, except that maybe my Nathan Glenn did have some part in the Revolutionary War. Okay, I think there was one more. Okay, there's that one. "66 pages. I don't know if this is the one we just looked at. I think it is. Page 7. Nathan Glenn. There he is. Yep, that was the one we already looked at. So that's all I find really. There's another one for Joseph Coleman. That's not my Nathan Glenn. Now here's one, pension for Nathan Arndell. Let's look at that one. 79 pages. I haven't looked at this one. Don't see a Nathan Glenn. Okay. Alright, I will do this on my own, but that's how I would search to start searching. Now, if you see on this one, transcription not started. So this is what you're going to see most of the time. Transcription not started. So to be able to transcribe this, if this was your Nathan Arundel from North Carolina, then you can sign up and you can actually transcribe it yourself. If you can't read it, you could find somebody, ask somebody to help you that knows how to read handwriting. Now, they have this extracted text, and they've used it, the AI, and that's gone through, and the computer has done it. And so you might be able to get something from that. But what I have seen is it's kind of a mess. This didn't do a really good job, but it has helped, because sometimes when I can't read something, I look over here at the extracted text, and sometimes the computer can read something that I couldn't. But it does it, it's really, it's good. It's better than nothing. But anyways, you have that option to look at the extracted text, the AI version of it. Now, let me go through, let me see if there's anything on this record. Most everything at the very beginning, oh, there's one, okay. So now if we have something that's typed, you probably can read this, so you probably don't need the help. But if you wanted the text actually, to take this, you could take a screenshot of this. But if not, if you do the extracted text, it's actually pretty good. It's really quite good for the AI on these. And then you could copy this text and copy it into some document if you wanted to keep it. If you wanted to put it like into Family Search as notes on something, then you could take this, and you could probably fix this yourself. Just put it in Word and fix it yourself. But the AI does really well when it's been typed. All right. Okay. Let me take, if this happened to be my Nathan Glenn, it may be, it may not. I don't know how I'm going to know that. Other than if I go to the state of Virginia, and maybe Virginia, the state archives in Virginia might have, if we could find out the regiment, who served in that regiment, and if it was people that lived near Nathan Glenn, and I've done a lot of research, so I would recognize names. So if I could find out who served in this Regiment 5, I might be able to tell that it was my Nathan Glenn or not. Or if where this Regiment 5 came. If most of them came from Pennsylvania, Virginia, where Nathan Glenn is from, or Halifax, then it'd be likely that it'd be my Nathan Glenn. But let's say I have this number right here. Let me go ahead and copy this. Copy. Okay, now if I go to the advanced search, controls, identifier numbers, maybe it's there, record group, let's see. Here it is, the National Identifier, Archives Identifier. So if I click on that and then put that number in, and then come down here to the bottom, it finds that record. So that's why it's so important, if you do find a record that is one of your ancestors, you keep a record of that, and you use the advanced search to find that. Okay, I'm going to take a break and think for a minute, and then I will come back with more information, or I may just stop here. All right, I found a few more things, so I'm going to just throw this in because the video is getting kind of long. But if I type in, let me see here. I need to go through this and show you. So let me go back to this and go to the advanced search and the control of the National Archive number. Okay, and I have to type his number in. Nathan Glenn was 719-25712. Okay. Go down here, search for him. There's his record. Now notice up here it says State Virginia Regiment 5 Virginia Militia. Now this was, if I click on this, I see up here that this is during the War of 1812. I'm really not sure if he participated in that or not. And maybe this is his son. He has a son named Nathan Glenn. All right, now my question was, how do I find other people that served in this regiment? So that's what, you can click here on this series. And then you can search within this series. And this is really confusing doing it this way. I think this is just really hard. And let me go over here and copy this. And I'm going to type that into the search. I think this is what I did. Yeah, this is it. Okay, now I have all these people. I have 225 pages with 20 per page. Okay, and it goes alphabetical. So we see, I can sit here and look through these. And you can just go next, next, for 225 pages, looking for your name. But I also found it, and I think this is much easier, just go to the catalog and just type in the State Virginia Regiment 5 and do search. I come up with 225 pages, and it starts with the G's. I don't know why. But I can also, let's see, do the quotation marks, and it's backwards. I am trying to think of some of the names that did come up. I'm going to type in Coleman. I don't know if I did that one before. Plus. We'll just try it. Okay. So there's a, if you have a name and you want to see if they were in 1812 in this Virginia militia, you can type Coleman, because it's backwards, Johnston. This one comes up with Coleman because of Coleman. Duncan, Johnston, Carter, Coleman. Here's John Coleman, James Coleman. So if you had a Coleman, you could type that in. Let's just try it to see. Let's try Johnston Coleman, and it should just come up with that one. Johnston Coleman. And there it is. So that's probably the easiest way to search, is to go back to, let me just, well, you can rewatch it. But you go back to that regular one and you click on the series. So let me just go ahead and do it. Okay. National Archives catalog. And go to the advanced. I'm going to go to his national, okay, 719-25712. See if I did it correctly. Okay, and search. Okay, so if you click here, then you're going to, this is what you would copy right here, and just go back to your catalog, type that in, and then you can start putting in names to find out if your relative was in that regiment, or somebody else that you're related to, or a neighbor of Nathan Glenn's, if I could find a neighbor of his. That, it will take me some time to search this. I actually did find Moses somebody, I can't remember now the last name, that was in Pennsylvania, and he did show up in this regiment. Not positive, but that gives me a little bit more positive that maybe this is my Nathan Glenn or his son Nathan Glenn. Anyways, I'm going to stop here. I probably will do another one on searching And I'm definitely going to do more videos on things that I have found. Where I found somebody in Family Search and I found something new. I just want to show you some of the things that I am finding because I'm having a blast. I am finding some wonderful things on some of my distant relatives. Some of them are great uncles, great aunts and uncles. Anyways, but I think it's long enough and I'm going to stop here, and I wish you luck finding something in the National Archives. Happy hunting!